Pillars of Eternity. This is our second visit to this game on this channel. There is already a full playthrough with the real-time with pause mode posted. But a couple months ago, Obsidian pushed out a beta of the turn-based mode for Pillars 1, which we'd previously played in Pillars 2. And what's more, Avowed is about to come to PlayStation, which is the platform where I was kind of interested in playing it. So I thought maybe I'd take another stab at Pillars and give its turn-based mode a shot again. We have Cheat Engine attached to the game right now, which is making it so that everything goes at 2x speed. That should make it so that combat doesn't bog us down. There is a lot of incidental combat in this game. We're not going to want to get totally trapped in it. With everything running 2 or 3 times as fast, I think we should be able to keep our sanity. We'll slow things back down for harder and more dramatic fights, of course. So, first stopping only to turn off dialogue. Let's start. Normal mode, although we are going to cheat a little bit, and turn-based mode. Obsidian Entertainment presents Pillars of Eternity. Sweet. Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he's on the right course. A dim lantern is only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, us among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. We have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on our behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. We will go no further tonight. This opening is all a little bit trivial. It doesn't really have to do with the main game until it picks up a little bit. We'll be an elf. The dominant race in Erglonfoth and the White that Wends and are extremely common in the Dyrwood and a deer. Elves are known for their speed and intelligence as well as their commonly isolationist nature. We could be an Amawa. The mighty Amawa are the largest of the Kith races and are commonly found in or near oceans. Though not truly aquatic, they have an affinity for water. Many of their civilizations, such as Rauatai, are based on naval dominance. They are known for their unparalleled strength. Dwarves, by virtue of land covered and number of colonies settled, are the most well-traveled race in the world. They are commonly found in the Dyrwood, the Valian republics, and almost any colonized land. Dwarves are known for their great strength and tenacity. The Valian republics are a mercantile power and former colony of the larger, more ancient nation, Old Valia. The republics lie to the south of Dyrwood and Erglonfoth and are ruled by a Duke elected by a Consuaglia Seja, a council of 14 Dukes, including its 5 most prominent, the Duke's Bell. A colonial nation, the Dyrwood, founded by settlers from the Adir Empire. Followed by a series of conflicts with Adir, the territory became independent in 2672 AI and is now ruled by a Duke, who is elected by 7 earls that oversee its earldoms. Could be an Orlan. Orlans are the smallest of the Kith races, though many cultures don't consider them to be civilized at all. Also notable for their large ears, two-toned skin, and hirsute bodies, Orlans are commonly found in Erglonfoth, the Ixamidal Plains, and parts of the Dyrwood. They are known for their mental intensity and sharp senses. The godlike are children of the Kith who've been blessed with physical aspects associated with the gods, though some do not consider it a blessing. These aspects take many forms, and often come with mystic powers. Aberrant head shapes are typical, and godlike are unable to wear protective headgear as it is near impossible to find anything that fits. Because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce, godlike are often viewed with fear and wonder. What are our options there? We could be a nature godlike. A fusion of human and animal features covered by plants, moss, or fungi. Stigma that they are diseased, but druidic orders take a keen interest in them. Bonuses when we're hurt. So can we customize that look? Hang on, I'm interested in how we can change our look here. Forget the stat attributes, I just want to see the different heads. Oh, that's pretty cute. Quite like that. Yeah, why don't we be a nature god like this time around? Where's my custom portrait that I loaded in? It doesn't really match this very well. Oh, where is it? Is it not here? Or is it just tucked somewhere amid all the rest? Where could it be? Where could it be? There it is. It just got sorted to the end of the masculine ones. That's annoying. Using the same portrait as last time even. Go figure. But now we're going to need to back out from here because we didn't customize our character correctly. We can be a nature godlike though. That's fun. We want to be a cipher. A recent discovery in the Eastern Reach, ciphers were once called Bershalgwin or Mind Hunters by the Glanfathans. Ciphers have the power to directly contact and manipulate another person's soul and psyche, using an ally's or enemy's essence as the focus for their magic. Though most ciphers are still found in the Eastern Reach, practitioners of the techniques have spread throughout the known world. They're gaining acceptance over time, but are generally distrusted, especially by the uneducated. Yeah, only the uneducated would distrust an unaccountable psychic who's solving crimes with their psychic powers. We're going to take Soul Shock and Whisper of Treason. Whisper of Treason is kind of buggy and turn-based. We're going to cheat to make our stats higher, so it doesn't matter what they are to start with. Let's just make our Constitution high. And I believe our character comes usually from... It would be interesting to come from the Deadfire, because then if we play the second game, our character will have all kinds of special dialogue as a Deadfire local. But I don't think that he's a Deadfire. I think he can be a Deeren. And I think we want whatever gives us the most mechanics. Looks like there's no +2 mechanics option. Could have been a laborer, a merchant. Not a lot of mechanics options on this one. We can be a laborer. Our life has been spent in the study of our craft. We trained and prepared, hoping to hone our skills and ply our trade. We spent too much time learning to kill, in addition to that, I think. And it reset our portrait again. Very nice. That's us. Just imagine he had horns. Just pretend he had horns. There we go, check this out. Boom. ChatGPT godlikeized him for us. I know. But it works. Very nice. These are the colors of his clothes, right? Not his, black and secondary white. Sure, he's wearing black on white. And he'll be feisty. Not that we're going to hear his voice very much, and his name will be Hark. Journey to Gilded Vale. We'll turn voices back on after this initial intro part. There's just a lot of voice dialogue here, and I don't like it very much. We could even just skip through this bit, really. Well, the caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis. Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods and beasts take you if you're planning a stroll through those ruins up there. He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Day of Vale's less than a day out. Understood? At last the caravan master turns to us, frowning as he looks us over. Touch of the rumbling rot could be. There's a stinging beetle round here carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards, unless you don't drink water, of course, in which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. Odima looks over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparfle, who carries an old sun-bleached bow. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. Let's see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here. He nods in our direction. Sparfle nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Where would I find these berries? They grow on a bush that's common around here. Kind of funny looking, you'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far on the road to find one. What about these ruins? Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Erglonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay if you don't mind getting stuck with Glenfothen arrows now and again. They don't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear, excuse me. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over, got nothing left worth half a pand. He adds with a wink, or so I hear. Who did build the ruins? Odima shrugs. Got different names for them. Settlers call them Ingwithans. Nobody liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much. Is it dangerous out here? Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up. There's concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here? This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a Beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to. What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground? Odima frowns. They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this, goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more than a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of a life like its own. Dies if it gets dug up, loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard it tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. I'll go see about those berries then. Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot, but you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep. He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow. Kaliska. Kaliska. The woman looks up on her own time. He needs to find some spring berries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead. No promises. What kind of guide says something like that? Kind you can afford. Odima chuckles and shakes his head. He looks at us. Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. He casts a sidelong glance at her. And I pay too well, if anything. Odima's small grin recedes beneath his mustache, and he's stern once more. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. If you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beowick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned. Well, alright, so I believe that we now have the opportunity to put in roll 20s. And now we can just start putting in console commands. We're primarily going to be doing attribute score, player underscore hark, might 22. Nice. Attribute score, player underscore hark, intellect 22. What other attributes are there? Attribute score, player underscore hark, constitution 22. That didn't take. Oops. Attribute score, player underscore hark, constitution 22. Attribute score, player underscore hark, dexterity 22. Attribute score, player underscore hark, perception 22. Attribute score, player underscore hark, resolve 22. There we go. All reasonable stats now. So now he should be able to pass any checks in the game, which is all that I crave. He'll also be a little stronger in combat, so it's kind of like we're playing on easy mode, but just without the easy mode. Now, there's another command here that lets us do the same thing for skills, but I think it doesn't last through a save. See, you get a big bonus, but then I think if I were to save and load, it's gone. Yeah, so I don't know why that is. I wonder if I can get a better skill change.
Anyone need supplies?
And oh, whoops. I forgot that I've got a hotkey here to mute and unmute my mic. So I hope I haven't been muted for too long here. Very nice. Yeah, I do have a way to mute and unmute my mic, so hopefully I don't fuck myself with that too bad. Just long stretches of silence. Anyway, point is, Cheat Engine is doubling our speed, so everything's super fast. I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere. Your concern is touching Sparfall. This path winds through a narrow canyon. Back the way we came, grooves in the road mark the passage of hundreds of caravans. We shouldn't stray too far. It's a wolf. Game paused. Wham. Hmm. And she's got this knockdown. That's pretty sweet. Down he goes. Up he gets. Taking a couple of attacks. Oops, disengaged. Didn't mean to do that. That was a big hit. Very nice. But this is it. The demon says you're a working man. Of a sort, I was a cook. Yeah? How's you happen to come here? Spat in a noble's food and he responded by ruining my life. I had an affair with a rich woman's husband and she put a bounty on my head. That sounds about right. No offense, but you probably had that coming. They say the gods see that each man gets his due. Don't know if I believe that, but they do seem to have gotten the better of you. Kaliska breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Redrick's offer makes a girl think, I'll give him that. You here to settle like the rest of the lot? No, I'm just passing through. That's usually the case with the big city just a little ways further up the same road. Where you headed? I'm just going to continue on to the city, see where that takes me. Closest one is Defiance Bay, the capital, a few days out. Got its nice places and its not so nice places, same as any city. The Duke is a good man, as I hear it. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odim will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? Kaliska sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out. That's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages, been doing guide work in Ixamidal, but I'd do anything for her. She's Well, she's a much better woman than me. So I'm here, and we'll see. Adima I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Rawatai and another in Adir. My sister in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Deerwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Adir Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now. But somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister more about it. All right, let's get to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfle's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. We should just check up on him first, slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you your water. Or I will die. Let's stealth. We have a mod that makes it so that we move at full speed while stealthed. I think there's some wolves down here to kill. Maybe. Oof, oof, oof. What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on. We crouch at the riverbank and dip our water skins into the cool water while Kaliska waits nearby, keeping watch. As we rise, we notice her look up sharply toward the tree line. Out of the trees emerges Sparfle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there's a strangeness to his gait, his stride wobbly as he moves toward us with labored breath. Kaliska frowns. Sparfle, you all right? Sparfle's toe catches on a rock and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. Ambush. It was an ambush. This guy's the archer. Let's go and smash him. Wham. One action only. Wham. Why did the game pause? Oh. Because I didn't penetrate. Wham. He's flanked. It's not going well for him. Wham. Come on, we have to get back to camp. Let him know that Sparfle's toast. Sparfle no more. Down here. Where's the disappointer? I thought it was over here. There it is. I wasn't in stealth mode, so I didn't detect it. Wham. Whack, whack. Oops. Trying to flank. There we go. Hidden. Oh, I guess we could be reading this, huh? All around us lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, played and bug-eyed and filthy. Kaliska puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stand above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man we recognize as Hayden, the last of our caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of Erglonfoth. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Don't trust them, they mean to kill us all. You can kill him, but you might as well be killing yourself. The man smiles. No, I think I will just be killing him. Listen, to deal a killing blow, you'll have to put your weight behind it, right? The man reluctantly acknowledges my point. At the time I arrive at our position, you'll be off balance and open to a lethal strike. The others will defend me. No, actually. They are alternately out of position or lacking in the strength and quickness to break my parry. Your death will be assured. The man growls, frustrated. Then we will save this one for later. He shoves Hayden toward us. As he does so, the man rakes his blade against Hayden's torso, who screams and stumbles forward, a wide gash in his clothing beginning to bloom crimson. The man sets his feet to engage us, his axe raised high. Okay, well, why don't I whisper of treason some poor fool? I guess I can't on the first turn. I don't think. I think it costs 10? Yeah. Oh, he got knocked down. Oh, he got knocked down pretty hard. She really needs some better weapons. Very nice. Our enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise, his companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at us, but at the sky above us. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. We can feel it begin to seep beneath our skin, and where it pierces us, it feels as though it is rending us apart from within. Seated against the wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Odima's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at us. Get inside. Run. It's a Buick! Straining against the gale that threatens to pull us off our feet with every step, we set our hands on the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling ourselves up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before our arms give out, we swing ourselves up onto the ledge. Hayden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of them fallen attackers who'd been feigning death lunges for Hayden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hayden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to us. Despite the wind from our position, if we were to throw our weapon at the attacker, we would have a good chance of hitting our mark. I'm going to throw a rock. Our aim is true, and the hit jars Hayden loose. Lurching to his feet, Hayden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, we manage to catch hold of it. He's fine. There's a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. We feel it in the rocks beneath our feet and inside the cavity of our own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from our bones. Each new gust reminisces the old stones before us, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As we dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Was that? Hayden's words come between wheezing gasps. A Buick. Had to be. And we're lucky to be alive. And we're the only ones. We can't stay here. We could be another collapse. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's go further inside. She eyes the ragged slash across Hayden's belly. Can you walk? His jaw tightens, and he nods. Hayden's chest rises and falls visibly with each breath. That should be far enough. But what now? We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime. What happened out there? Kaliska shakes her head. Windstorm. Of a kind they only get in Air Glanfath. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glanfathan word is Beowick. To them, it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the land they couldn't find their own way out. But they'll still take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours? Who attacked us? Glanfathans, those would be the hut dwellers Adema warned us about. Look to be Fangs of Gallowayne, who are the twitchiest of the lot. They go ruin to ruin, looking for fights with colonists. Poor Adema. I think he half expected this once we lost the main road. The Glanfathan said we trespassed in the ruins. I don't believe that. Adema would never allow it. But as much as the Fangs are hotheads, Glanfathans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or... She glances down the passage beyond. Or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. What about everyone else in the caravan? Kaliska's lips press together and her chin rumples. Her voice is faint. The wheels got hold of them now. She looks up. Gods grant them better luck in their next lives. You don't seem too upset about all this. She looks us in the eye, a volatile current running beneath her voice. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. And maybe I've seen worse too. Seen worse and kept on walking. 'Cause there's nothing else to be done. 'Cause there's other people you care about who still need you. Let's get going. Hayden takes a step forward and his knee buckles. Before anyone can catch him, he stumbles to the ground, his cheeks striking the time-worn cobbles. On unsteady legs, he claws his way up the wall and back to his feet, but his stance is shaky, like a sailor walking on land after a time at sea. Could we maybe stay here and rest a few hours? He nods at the gash across his midsection. I've lost some blood. He looks around. Seems quiet off to the left. Might be a place to rest there. We've gained an item, camping supplies. I hate to say this, but we can't afford to stay put. Those Glanfathans were riled about something. Could be we got company in here. Looters will be armed and ready to kill, and there's probably a lot of them. We can't be caught sleeping in their beds. Please, I just need to lie down for a while. Then we can move as fast as you want. Maybe you didn't hear me. We are going to die in here if we don't get moving and get this place figured out before these looters come back. We either gotta find the exit or a damn good place to hide. We've got to take the risk and let him rest. We need all three of us at full strength. Her face puckers in disgust. This'll be the end of us. No offense, but there's people out there I'd much rather die for. Hayden takes our hand in both of his. Thank you. Thank you. But we're not going to rest, in fact. We only have one camping supply. We can't just throw that away. We can't just discard our single solitary camping supply. Feed it into Hayden, not Theoden. Different guy. Different guy. A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but we recognize it as a Zaurip. It watches us cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. It's okay, I won't hurt you. It recoils, its fingers still wrapped around its spear. We can back away. It watches us warily as we go. We don't need to kill it. We don't need to kill every living thing that we encounter. Trap disarmed, 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 and trapped disarmed. We got them all. We did the experience, what can I say? I don't know that this puzzle in here is worth anything, but we'll do it anyway. Apologies for the noise. This mural must be ancient, yet the colors are still bright and vivid. It shows a progression of Angwithans from all the Kith races, Amawa, Elf, Orlan, Dwarf, and Human. They walk among pillars similar to the ones that span this chamber, each one topped with a flame. Hello, Lesser Black Ooze. Wham. Nice. He got gooped. Swallowed. Gulped. That's what oozes are for. Chugging. Ooze as a group. Ooze as a service. Where is this guy? This is what we're looking for, the Angwithan Relief Gem. Tattered Journal. This small folio is torn in several places and blood has soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible, though. I can't believe my luck. A few rounds of dice and I got my hands on a genuine Angwithan artifact. The fellow who had it said it was a pretty nothing as far as he's concerned. He's not willing to go digging in some ruins. But if he's right about this gem leading to a hidden treasure, then that's worth sneaking past a few painted elves. I'll head to Chilanthese in the morning, and it's just a matter of finding the relief he was talking about. I hear everything. Zip right back. That would have taken a long time without speed. Use our water skin to clean off the ooze in this relief, and it causes a monster to appear. Oops, I think we skipped Hark's turn. Disengage. Oh, we didn't actually loot. It's a cloak of protection, which I think went into here. Hey, get stealthy, folks. And stay that way. Skulder whelp, huh? Push on the wall, pushing it myself. Hark is strong. What can we say? He's an exceptional individual. He came out right. Ow. That's more like it. Wow. Roar. What are Skulder? Large mammalian creatures that dwell in caves in total or near total darkness. They're bats. Bad people got no reason to. Bad people got no reason to. Bad people got no reason to live. Wham. Oops. Oh, but you got to act again immediately. That's fun. He's Soul Shock. $26 damage. That's pretty good. I couldn't melee that hard, though. Spiders. Chittering Nightmares. Give me the gems. Give me the gems. Give me that spider leg, or I will never have it. This is my last opportunity to get the spider leg, and the Zarip gets to live. What a blessing. Older robed man. 4 figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From our vantage point, we are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything we've ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with 2 protrusions that jut out like wings of some malevolent creature. He addresses the petrified body. Oathbinder, bear witness and see this man has kept his word, true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regarded among your favored. Let his life be the key to his let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. The man passes his gaze over the others standing around him. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. He looks each in the eye in turn. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth and be assured of the great worth of your life's course. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then, all at once, it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods our vision, and we're knocked to the ground. Our head snaps back as we land, and pain wells into the back of our skull, washing the last thoughts away into black, unconscious void. We open our eyes to a different place, another time. We stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end of a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you've just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Our thoughts are ours and not ours, and they seem to exist before we think them, and they are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, or... At the base of the pillar now, we see a man with a thick gray beard and a ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. We know this man. We are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. We have something we want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in our mind. We awaken to find our malaise is broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of our hearing, like a ringing in our ears that does not subside. Movement flits through our periphery, but when we turn to look, we can see no sign of whatever it was. We find our gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tic. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures of the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Hayden and Kaliska lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. We are alone, and far from help. Gilded Veil may be our best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Dong. Into the stash, please. Mechanics. Oh, wait. Yeah. Mind wave to knock fuckers over. Uh-oh, evil twin situation. What is tenuous grasp? Frightened for 5 turns. Eye strike, blinded for 3 turns. Blinding nearby targets. Antipathetic field does pretty good damage. But you have to schedule it correctly. We'll take Eye Strike. And we'll just take Draining Whip so we can do a little more Cypher magic. We don't need to do a little bit more damage. We can do a little bit more Cypher stuff. We're seeing visions of tortured people, and it's all very scary. Give me that vessel flesh. The Veil Wood. Gilded Veil. Outlaw. Not if I have anything to do with it. There we go. Off to Gilded Veil with us. We'll deal with the rest of this stuff later. Oops. Let me go ahead and wrap that there for now. It's a promising start. And I'll see you soon.